The proper human sexual eating, it's quite a long name, proper family values bill. If you remember, there was a court case that injected the speaker from forwarding it to the president, and also restrained the president from receiving the bill. Eventually that case was disposed of in December, I think on the 18th or so. Yeah, so it meant that the injunction had been cleared. But as far as I know, the bill did not get to the president for assent. And so the convention is that all bills that are not assented to before the expiration of the life of Parliament expire. And so that bill effectively is dead, it has expired.
You know, that's a misconception that's been put out. And I listened to that full BBC interview. President Mahama has been clear that he will sign that bill, and he has no option than to sign that bill. President Mahama will know no peace from Sam George until he signs that bill. And he himself has said that to the clergy, that as a Christian, as a member of the Assemblies of God Church, he will sign that bill.
Sam George, you were very, 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 very energetic on the LGBT story, ranting here and there. This is your time. Oh. Let's see the Gyata that you claim to be. And answer with a chicken.
Asamu penipa nipa ene penwasem anti-LGBTQ+Bill ho semsebusia John Dramani Mahama to be agun frame mu na Sam George eka ensem bia ho macha samanfo bibe na e question wo ensem bia waka some time ago na sisi anu ensem on so kena busia amamanfo bibe na e put in questions e wa abafo entertain so na Queen Afia Schwar say so dia wa bonti achesem wa ba bisa e Sam George some questions bi ye o chibu say ono no oya chicken and also a Gyata. Adentina Queen Afia Schwar Snegya kasa Queen Afia Schwar Snegya asanso send message e de amachali dio na chese ensem no ibiremu asuko unya subscribe ya mesrewa so be subscribe na turn on the bell notification icon also for latest update Achenkwa Cosmetics or the Food Grills and Restaurant na face Royal Hatimilk Care on mobo me amede story see e de best of course kokuyopom me dwa ensan mu e de ma so mo meka ya last year ni mu wona chese ne de LGBTQ+Bill ho nsensem de chese de ofa ba bia ayade amanfo bebe na e kan wase chese kopie mum parliament kra ejam ekokotwe nim senka eja ekokopie eye na nadanka kufu ado anim na nka wasane nso amafo bono na nadanka kufu ado wanfa ne nsa anhye enkata na se ya chesem mo beka ya 2024 wo bra John Dramani Mahama oye ne campaign kurapo na yade na obisam na nadanka kufu ado some questions bi se adenti na dadada no LGBTQ+Bill no chese onsa ne be chese ba be yellow na chese be yellow ne dia wa ye be chew se wo ye sabio trumu ne lesbian ne ho kono bande de ye chew de waso be ye shepa busuam na nsemi ba ya de John Dramani Mahama ode campaign na samanfo bibi na echim se na chese se John Dramani Mahama obetra so 2025 de na de chese ya de am obe sign na ye nda kosore ye nim asema akọ ye nim meeting po akoso between John Dramani Mahama ene amanfo bi ntema chese John Dramani Mahama oni asofo mpinifo bi akakodi ahie mabusua na ensema okam concerning anti-LGBTQ+Bill no ebusua yentie.
The proper human sexual eating, it's quite a long name, proper family values bill. If you remember, there was a court case that injected the speaker from forwarding it to the president, and also restrained the president from receiving the bill. Eventually that case was disposed of in December, I think on the 18th or so. Yeah, so it meant that the injunction had been cleared. But as far as I know, the bill did not get to the president for assent. And so the convention is that all bills that are not assented to before the expiration of the life of Parliament expire. And so that bill effectively is dead, it has expired. I don't know what the promoters of the bill intend to do, but I do think that we should have a conversation on it again so that all of us, if we decide to move that bill forward, move it forward with a consensus. And probably it shouldn't be a private member's bill, it probably should be a government bill with government behind it after consultation with all the stakeholders to see how, we're able to move this forward. But it leads us back to the discussion we had that if we're teaching our values in school, we won't need to pass a bill to enforce, our family values. And that's why I think more than even the family values bill is us agreeing on a curriculum that inculcates these values into our children as they are growing up, so that we don't need to legislate it. And so we'll see how all this goes. And so I'm looking forward to this review conference so we can come to some consensus on some of these issues.
Entino se mebo ensema John Dramani Mahama e kan no tofa John Dramani Mahama o chire mu a o chira o say anti LGBTQ no kampo na hu hia mpo se o se Ghana ye embre bi se de be ye betete omo de omo for the sa dwumedie we munamum no se o se chichafo na o so omo mani ekonkwala no se de be o may instill good moral values and ethics e won kwala se de be ye munyam we no omo mfa mo nkwa hyehye sanya man because free tete ye na ye nim se bia bru se be nya do agibia trumu oba ne bema ware de enya de o se so enti na nka be ya de a na nka teacherfo no o betime instill this nyoma we na asen kwala ni mu a na books bia ewo sa rainbow colors ne ho kono bank be je fru am ke beboa amache se LGBTQ ho sensem na busuam etuatwa na mo baka ya on December 7th oba yekokoto aba na tesem City News for omone Sam George I have some short interview bim ye bisa no so na adwenkyere about LGBTQ na busuam na ensema Sam George kan amanfo be na eputin questions e wa ba fontain no so yente Sam George.
Lastly, on the LGBT issues, I mean, if you get a nod, how far would you hope to push it? The president, your candidate, when he was interviewed on the BBC, he said he would now look into what is in that bill.
That's a misconception that's been put out, and I listened to that full BBC interview. President Mahama has been clear that he will sign that bill, and he has no option than to sign that bill. President Mahama will know no peace from Sam George until he signs that bill. And he himself has said that to the clergy, that as a Christian, as a member of the Assemblies of God Church, he will sign that bill. What the president said to the BBC was in response to why President Akufo-Addo has not signed the bill. And he said to them, look, what you, President Akufo-Addo, should have done, instead of rejecting service of the bill, was to have received the bill, stated what his displeasure is with the bill, which is what the Constitution says. The Constitution in Article 1067, President Mahama in his response to the BBC was referring to the Constitution of Ghana. Article 1067 says that when he gets to the president, he must within 14 days indicate whether he would sign or not sign. If he chooses not to sign, he then has to bring it back to Parliament and then state in the memo to Parliament the reasons why he's refusing to sign and add the recommendations to remedy those challenges he sees. Otherwise, within the 14 days, he can refer it within 30 days. He can refer it to the Council of State, who have 30 days to give him advice. That's what President Mahama was saying in that BBC interview. He was not saying that he now has to read the bill. President Mahama has read the bill. It's because he's read the bill that he told the clergy that when he becomes president, he will sign the bill, because President Mahama has no problem with anything in the bill. That explanation he was given was basically what the president should have done as a lawyer in line with our constitution, because the president's decision not to have service of the bill on him is unconstitutional and shows you how reckless and irresponsible Akufo-Addo is as a president.
Interman LGBTQ be sensem ye na ye nim say Sam George no ye nipa che say odima tintiman pa ya che say the interview no trim say yam ya don say John Dramani Mahama obesi abenja no so a on sign no kokukura na asa oba ye ni ensema John Dramani Mahama e ka say on ni kwankwanpo say o say ye de bi sa ba ne ho krono ba ne do tim say no John Dramani Mahama wa ye Ghana for kokko de John na no ana Mr. P 13 obisa Sam George questions be our best for 10,000. So honorable, please, Mama doesn't want to sign the LGBTQ bill. He said we should teach family values instead. Please, I know you champion this LGBTQ bill signing and the youth of Ghana are much supporting you. We want to go on demonstration crime, so let's know when you want us to start. We know you hate LGBTQ like we do so. let's do it together. Thank you. Not just Mr. P, no, the concern in an SM. You Sam George, a ban LGBTQ+Bill and Semi Ajay, 2024 moon, and Yasan Petra, no Jim Pumping so baby the Bujim. Now, Sir John the money mama or bank now so Becasem, and a young Sham Colano family values instead now. I send a baby LGBTQ+Bill no longer if you want more dear. And not just what you want to say. Now, you say, Sam George. 2024 na our champion na ye kwampo no youth no ye pese ye call demonstration enti da ben and obe pese ye be call ye embom na busia. These are some of the questions Amanfrey be na ebisa Sam George e wa ye abefun tinta no so a also Sam George ba bontem na obe respond to it na Queen Afia Schwar snega busia ne kokko apaise tu adenya also message edema Sam George na afin so Charlie Diom yenti.
Sam George, you were very, 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 very energetic on the LGBT story, ranting here and there. This is your time. Oh. Let's see the Gyata that you claim to be. And answer with a chicken. We are Gyata opposition over power. We are chicken and when is your president going to sign the anti-LGBT law? Said ya challenge you omo a pam kaba edi bi aguma yafi eko kro be ma wadua be ma tantan say challenge you no she matter de be ma tantan. When will that bullshit end? Sam George, me busa. And what for no more dress said a man in Nadia and what kindness is Charlie Diono. Uncle Jim, what do I and a twice a man Sam, the fool us on them 9 months, and what Jimmy, and the cotton let them. When will this stupidity end? Is this what you want our children to be looking at? Sam George and John Mahama. This is a question for you. John Mahama, you can kneel for everybody to touch your head. By the grace of God, you can't buy it with money. And the LGBT, nobody signed another bank. It was your campaign message. In fact, at some time, it looked like we didn't have problems in Ghana. At some point, it looked like every problem was the LGBT problem. So when will this stupid cross-dressing in Ghana end? It's a question. And NDC is in control of everything. Everything is in your hands to sign it today. Today. Now, remember, no, we again now. Situ, me wanna forgive you. Me wanna forgive for me decent dresses and mema. Remember, no, we again on best of me. You almost say, man, yeah. Oh, yeah. Almost skin in our romocoti. It's was a dots. No dick, no brain. Championing on. I dare no more championing a one on. A anti-LGBT law. And then I'm covered by it. And I did not initiate that conversation because me, I'm not homophobic. I did not initiate that conversation. I did not do the dragging. I did not do the fighting. But the point is, since the bill has been passed, and Sam George, you champion the bill, and your government is in power, why suddenly are you quiet? Bishop Ajinasare, Ghanaians are looking at you. Do your thing. Archbishop Duncan Williams, we are looking at you. Say, President Nitua, you are the prophet of the president. We know. Archbishop, when are you speaking to your man to sign the bill so that the nasty cross-dressing will end in that country? I did not champion the bill. I am just the mouthpiece of the people. And now suddenly NPP is not in government. So what the boys are doing is not problem at all. Archbishop Duncan Williams, you are the prophet of the president, and I allegedly, Mame Vanshaho, Namudi and China Mujina Court, allegedly who can convince you Subempa, and know a fact, but me for allegedly in show, what actually Subempa, and the Becca. And this, why are there? And you've won. But when are you speaking to your president, your Excellency Archbishop Duncan Williams? When are you speaking to your president to sign the bill? Are you happy with what is going on in the country? Are you happy? I'm sorry. You see, people are Christians when they are in opposition. When they come to power, they forget the God that brought them to power. Master, Sam George, use that same energy. The same energy you were using last year. Use that same energy to sign that bill. Let your president sign that bill. That same energy. The anti-LGBT people sign it. God is about to elevate you. That man I'm a preacher was for the banner say, or call officer, or sign a bill, no. That man. Assemblies of God software, and one that they be a drawn in a ma and in a year bass, so the ever too often to do Rich Branch, Assemblies of God, Rich, and one John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency, Lordina Mahama, and in a man on bass or into that man are over friend elder. No one catch and say, a million in ye. Nothing is stopping them. Nothing is interrupting them. They have the majority in government everywhere. Arm of the government. So, a crowd will say to trade. And to that bay, na papa sign it. Say the bay a mata semono. And I'm tough for no share marker by the name Chrono to betra because it is appalling. Earth sign.
And yes, the fear there on the national obisa Sam George is a time of opposition in there. No, Gyata. And then some mobile opposition there. Oh, yeah, no chicken. We have a very simple question now. Obisa a Sam George because you Sam George ni involvement in LGBTQ+Bill who ya last year. Nenya semwana no hyankasa enti no 2025 we dey ye hwe nim say obe champion the same LGBTQ be said about John Dramani Mahama obe sign. These are some of the questions that I said Queen Afia Schwar obisa challenge also the miss call no wenya chewa dwuma me we comment section as na pushima foforo maybe enhwe achenkwa cosmetics or the folk grocery restaurant Royal Heart Meat kedine ba kope aso ndihye kokuyopo makra.